Hi, welcome everyone. So my name's Christian SassePhoto. It's wonderful to have so many of you again here. So I've got a nice live view here of the Northeast Florida nest, and you can see how much their camera has improved. It's quite incredible. So we're going to talk a lot about the Northeast Florida nest and the Southwest nest, and I'm inviting a lot of you to really participate. I'm going to give you the live line number fairly soon so that from your experience, which is very important, you can give some feedback. So I just want to welcome a lot of you. I'm just going to go down the list of names. So whom I see? I see Pacific Northwest Kate. Hi, my friend. Lady Hawk, wonderful to have you here again. Jackie Porter, Beach Girl 75, Diana Lambertson, Mac Lady, Terry Green, going down the list, Eagle Spirit, Rebecca. Yeah, Rebecca's next to me. She's my wonderful co-host. Let me go down. Suzanne L. Siny62. I know there's somebody from Perth, Australia too. Diana Lambertson, Jackie Porter, Sandy F. Aka. Oh, AF. I know who you are. We got from the American Eagle Foundation. Baffle91. Nice to see you again. Mac Lady. Oh my goodness, so many. Anna Marie, Debbie McKay. Thank you so much for all being here. And Gwyn Brown, Buddy Scott, Tina Callender. Yes, Tina is from Perth, Australia. I know that. Cameron, the asteroid dragon I have here, and so on and so on. So thank you for being here. And I think it's going to be an exciting show, and I'm very much going to rely on your input. Okay, so I'm going to be silent now for 5 minutes and let you enjoy the beautiful view of Chaplain Chick. No, not the beautiful view of Chaplain. Hi, Chaplain. So write in the chat, who are we looking at here of the Northeast Florida nest? Who is that? So let me know. Hi, Carolyn Holmes just came in from Fort Worth, Texas. That's very nice. Thank you. Okay, so I'm going to be quiet. Let me know what we are seeing here in the Northeast Florida camera. Thank you. Okay, hello everyone. I'm just going to switch off the clock here. Just hang on a second. Get it there. Is that off yet? No, it's not. 1 second. Here we go here. Yeah, there we got it. Okay, wonderful. We're back live. So I would like to welcome Rebecca here.
Hello.
So she's my wonderful co-host. She's prepared something really exciting, and it's very nice to have some young generation here. That was my intention, to get more of the young generation on board, because it's important that we pass our values on. Okay, so we have an incredible, exciting topic today. It's about the Northeast Florida nest and the Southwest nest, and I'm delighted that so many of you are here. Thank you. I can see also in the meantime Nichole is there, and I've seen Susie Q. Welcome, and thank you for all the work that you have put into this, to supporting this. So in the back you can see I've just learned, so that's Juliet we're looking at from Northeast Florida nest. I also want to send out my special thanks to Lady Hawk, who's provided some more material for the show. So thank you ahead of time already for allowing the usage of your material in this in this live stream, and also of course all the supporting channels of the American Eagle Foundations of the Southwest Florida nest, which is from the Pritchett estate and so on. So very exciting. The Hell is also there, and I can see Cherie. She visited me yesterday. It was very nice. So she's going on a boat trip. So and very nice to see. We're also on Facebook, of course, and we're on YouTube. So lots and lots of exciting things going on. I just wanted to give you a quick switch into our studio so you can see how complicated the setup actually is. So that's now from the phone. I'm actually showing you. So what we're actually seeing here is one screen where we're seeing ourselves in delay of about 30 seconds. Then you can see that's one of the live screens we're looking in from another computer. So that's the live screen from the Northeast Florida nest. That is all the audio where it's coming from, where we can switch the audio on and off. Rebecca has got her own cheat sheet here where she's going to do her things. So there's Rebecca, and you can see that's the green screen we're using. Oops, I don't know if I can turn it this way. But anyway, and this is the main screen. That's the most important screen where all the magic happens, all the switching. We have another screen here where I can see Periscope live. So hi to all the Periscope people on board. We are seeing all your comments right here. So you can see Mr. Nikola Tesla here doing all that. So, and there's the main camera. That's a Nikon camera with a very good lens looking straight at us, and so on and so on. So you can see quite a complicated setup. Okay, so let's go back to the main screen, and here we are again. Okay, so let's get going. I'm just going to switch off this phone here. And what I thought we would do is the following. We've got an exciting program. So we're going to talk about Florida mainly, the Northeast Florida nest, the Southwest. There's been so much going on. Special thanks to Gretchen, who cannot be here. I don't have to introduce Gretchen because she's the main person from the Northeast Florida nest, the one who has actually made it so successful, who initiated it, she with all her wonderful moderators. So we're looking at the live camera. You can see it's got incredibly good quality. Let's see if I can get us out of the way here. I'm not sure if I have it. No, probably not. No, anyway, I'm just going to get us out of the way for a moment. So this is the live screen. So I'm just going to switch back here. So that is, if you go to the Northeast Florida nest, that is their main page that you see. They've got a wonderful web page, by the way. And before we start, I just wanted to give you a small recap because it was so much fun being there in February, right? And before we jump in, so let me give you a recap quickly what it was when I was in February with these wonderful moderators of Northeast Florida. So here we go. I can make it a bit louder. Here we go. You from Florida today. So we are live in Florida. And it's amazing. You can see me for the first time without a shirt. No, not sorry, not without a shirt. I meant.
You blew it already.
No, I meant without a without a sweater, whatever. Well, you can see that we have a wonderful atmosphere here. We have all the moderators here from the Northeast Florida Nest, and this is part of the American Eagle Foundation, so thanks for them for hosting this. And we are close to the nest. We are not exactly in line of sight with the nest because we have to be careful, right? So this nest is, we can't disclose the location, we said that before, but we can say it's really there, and these are real people. These are real people. So the first person I'd like to introduce to you today, and you can see how wonderfully warm it is Gretchen. And Gretchen is one of the main moderators and the initiator here of the Northeast Florida Nest. So Gretchen, you've been wonderful, you've been organizing everything together with the other mods, but tell us a little bit about the nest and about yourself. Yeah, they hear you.
Hi. Well, I've located the nest about 11 years ago and have been monitoring for 10 years, and we're just so blessed that there's been 100% success for 9 consecutive years, and we expect this year to be the same. There's such healthy eaglets up there, Sky and Spirit. Romeo and Juliet are just such experienced parents, and it's quite a passion to be here. Having all the mods here is just really, we had a party last night. You might have heard us on the cam. We were at a distance, but sound travels across the lake in the back of the nest.
Okay, so the video didn't, I don't know why, but the video was coming a lot staggered. I hope that the audio came across okay, but that is Gretchen, so no further introduction. You can see what a dynamic personality she is. She runs the show with all her moderators, so that was a wonderful event from the 10th of February that we had there. And so we're going to jump in now, and I'm going to actually look at her notes here, which she sent me this morning because she cannot be present. So let me just get over the... so what she told me is the following. Let me just go put myself live back on here. Let's go live back on. So I'm just going to read out a little bit of what she wrote, and you're very welcome, by the way, to dial in. It was very funny when we started the show, someone was dialing in already, and you're very welcome to dial in. And we'll put you live through to give your comments. So just in case you want to do that, here's the number. Rebecca's drowning behind. she's got more the perfect the perfect height for someone who's on who's on live stream, not like me. But anyway, there's the number that you can dial in. So you're very welcome to give comments because I'm not, you know that very well. I'm concentrating a lot on giving education on wildlife. I'm not at the same time very knowledgeable on what goes on in Northeast Florida and Southwest Florida Nest. And I'm very I'm very grateful for any help that comes in here. So feel free to dial in and give your comments, really, and I mean it, whatever you have observed. So I'm just going to read out part of the statement here from Gretchen. Thanks for that. So she says, we are on PIP watch in less than a week, starting December 19th. So if I recall the Southwest Florida, that coincides almost identical. I think they are expecting it in 10 days from now, which is about, I think, the 21st. So it's going to be very close, and I think the second one at Southwest, if I recall correctly, is the 24th. Although I don't expect the hatch likely to happen until the December 20th or probably the 21st. So she writes, Juliet is always at the nest at night. She didn't come on Tuesday night, so that was 3 days ago. Romeo called out at 2 a.m. and she returned. Then Wednesday, she wasn't at the nest, which is very odd too. And Romeo was on the eggs most of the day, a sub-adult, and I will show you Lady Hawk's. Let me just, whilst I talk, let me put in a Lady Hawk's a video of the sub-adult there. Let me just put that on silent 1 second. I'm just going to play this in the background. So thank you, Lady Hawk, for providing this. So I'll let this stream, there you go. So that's it. That's what she's talking about, I think. The sub-adult, probably 3 years old, landed and perched nest side at dusk, probably 6 p.m. while Romeo was incubating. Romeo was vocal but finally gave up as the eagle was perched at a distance of the nest tree. Juliet finally returned at 8 p.m. and the intruder left as Romeo got up and scared it off. We noticed a mark on the side of her face, but it was infrared, of course. It's nighttime, right? And it was hard to see. Yesterday, the mark was worse on both sides of her face by nares. Photo attached. Oh, I haven't put the photo on, but again, I will just in a second. I'm just going to spool a little bit forward here. So again, you can see, I hope, Lady Hawk, I got this correctly, but I think that Gretchen is talking about the sub-adult here that you're also showing. I'm fairly certain that is what she means, because this happened all on 12th of December. Okay, so anyway, going on then, let's see. Yes, so we'll talk about the marks in a second. We have carefully observed her with tech, giving us direction and observation. She seems fine. Yesterday, a mature eagle arrived at the nest in the afternoon and perched while Dad was on the eggs. The eagle flew, and as I found it perched by the lake, and I found it perched next to the lake beside the nest. This was a female, and she was large. She then flew directly back into the nest while Romeo was on eggs. I saw this and saw wings flapping like crazy, and the vocals were vicious. I thought the eggs were history. Then Juliet came and chased the eagle away. Romeo doesn't appear to have a mark. He's such a hero. Eggs are fine too few, so a lot of stress there. Then he later attempted to mate with Juliet. God bless them. We have determined from comparing cam photos that it is the same eagle that came and laid in the nest at length in October. So that's interesting. Maybe it is even an eagle who came from the nest. Who knows? But it certainly is an eagle who is very familiar with the nest. She's obviously quite persistent to claim the nest and likely hatched here by Romeo and Juliet in the past. I wish her well and let her be well on her way. It's been stressful. We've never seen this at the nest in the previous 5 years. And Gretchen is very German like me, so she's a precision clock. She's seen this going on for 9 or 10 years, meticulously watching it. It's never happened. It's happened at Southwest, I know that. They have had a non-viable egg and they've had a lot of stress there. So, and this was, I've witnessed, nor have we witnessed any such fights in the 11 years I've been monitoring them. Eagle population increasing. And then she says, I really regret I can't be here tonight. Well, that's fine, Gretchen, don't worry. Thank you so much for providing this information. So let's jump quickly now to, and I will just put us out of the picture here again, and the number here. So I'm just going to, no, that's not the one, sorry. I'm just going to put, let's get their comments back so we don't miss anything. Okay, so I'm just going to read quickly through your comments. I hope this was all correct, the way I was saying that. Yes, I think it looks correct. Okay, so we're going to jump to the next video here.
We're at Glenn's house.
1 second, sorry. It's this video. And this talks about the injuries, okay? So that's what we're talking here. A look at Juliet's injuries on the 14th. So this happened 2 days ago, right? I think that's right. 16 today. Yeah, I think that's 2 days ago, right? So you can really see, I mean, I certainly am no vet and no judge of this, but I can tell you one thing. It looks like she came away very, very rather with very little injuries, because I've seen much, much worse in White Rock. So, in my humble opinion, she looks fine. I have heard some stories on the chat, and I would like to have your opinion there, that the eggs were, that the eggs were left for 2 hours at a time. That is a little bit concerning, of course. I don't know what the temperatures in Florida were at that time, but depending on the time, of course, if it goes below a critical temperature, it can affect the probability of hatch. So the incubation is very critical here. If you have any comments on that, please feel free to dial in. Don't be scared. Give your comments. So our heart here for Rebecca and my heart go out to you, and it's we really wish the nest all the best, and especially on the 20th or 21st, hopefully we'll see something. But whatever it is, this is nature, and this is just the way it works. Beach Girl says the temperatures have been fairly warm. That's good. Fairly warm. Well, that's good. So maybe there is a high probability that that the eggs have not gone under the critical, the critical temperature for them to be viable. So we'll see. Temps were below 60s. Yeah, well, 60s would be fairly good. But again, it depends on the local insulation, right? It's difficult to say how deep the eggs were in there, what the insulation level was, and so on. So, well, we'll hope for the best. But, she looks remarkably well here on that. So, yes, we are all glad that she is fine, isn't that Susan North? I see that. Okay. Kim, I'm just going to go in quickly. Let me just switch this off. I see a comment here from Nichole. Kim Sample Rexroad says, it looks much better now that the rain has washed off the dried blood. Yes, it does. You've had a lot of rain in Northeast Florida. I don't think that was the case in Southwest. Okay, so that is the coverage that I have for there. Sorry, this I've already shown to you. And that is so far everything. So Nichole has kindly put in a few pictures. So I'm going to jump there now and show a few pictures here. Thanks, Nichole, for putting this all together. So this happened very recent. That was on the 18th. And here you can see a picture here for Romeo and Juliet. So it's just going quickly through the images, the two eggs here. That was on the 18th of November. That is also from November. That is Romeo on night watch. Then we have the duty here on the 21st. What was that? I didn't even see the date here. So sorry, that was the 21st. Oh, that was the 21st. Sorry, it's going a little bit quick here. Sorry, the pictures are jumping a little bit quickly here, but you can see the wonderful nest duty. Just from a few days ago, and Paul Kolnick did a very nice picture here. This beautiful Mumbrella. That was probably a Mumbrella here. Sub-adult, that's the one we were talking about. Another beautiful view here of the nest, and I've been there, of course. And Romeo here on nest duty again. All very recent pictures. Romeo asked for time on the eggs. That's a nice way of putting it. Again, on nest duty, what a wonderful pair this is, isn't it? And here again, the picture. So I'm just going to let it rotate once more for you to absorb the pictures. Osprey Mama says, so happy the whole Eagle families are here. Missing a few, but love it when they're all here. Yes. So just enjoy the beautiful pictures, and thank you for sending them in. So there you can clearly see Romeo in the background and Juliet in the foreground. And it's really absolutely marvelous. Okay, I think we're fine with that. If you have any comments, now is the moment to phone in. I'm just going to jump back and give you the number. Don't be shy, please. This show is not about me, or nor is it about Rebecca, Nichole, nor my wonderful helpers, Susie and Jenny. This show is all about you. So if you want to dial in, this is your big chance to dial in. So please do. And if you have any comments, do so. We'd love to hear from you. So in the meantime, what I'll do is I'm going to switch over to the Southwest. Now I did hear that. Thank you. Thanks for your kind comments. I really appreciate that. Thank you. Is there anything that we have for Rebecca from?
There was a comment from Jerry Blankenberg,
okay,
giving us some information on the temperatures for the egg incubation. So Jerry says that the zone of suspended development is 28 or 80 degrees Fahrenheit to or minus 2 degrees Celsius to 27 degrees Celsius. Eggs at this temperature don't develop at all. Eggs can spend a lot of time at this temperature with no harm to the egg or the embryo.
Oh, that's
good news.
So that's good news. So that's a great comment. Thank you very much. That also explains why in White Rock, for example, you know, when they leave the incubation, even just for half an hour, it's too late. Whilst in Florida, that wouldn't really matter so much, right? So that's a good point. Thank you very much. Anybody also seeing? Yeah, and please, you know, okay. I don't know if anybody's calling in here. Maybe there is. Let me just check in with you. See if we can do this. Yeah, sorry. You may have tried to dial in if maybe the phone didn't work. So again, this is your chance to dial in. And please, on Periscope, I see a few people are trolling along. Don't do it. I will block you. And you're just wasting everybody's time. So just, you know, just be mindful, which for some people seems to be difficult. But I'm going to start. We're going to start blocking you. So so just be kind. I mean, most of you are here because you're interested. And I'm doing this we're doing this for the good of everybody, so you can all enjoy it. Okay, thank you very much for your understanding. Okay, so let's jump on to Southwest. Southwest, 1 second. Where are we? Oh, there's a beautiful Southwest nest. So give me a second here. There we are. So, well, again, last year I was very fortunate to be there at the, at the Pritchett estate, and they were all very, very nice. They're incredibly kind people wherever I went. I remember, of course, I met Desiree, their fantastic photographer. I remember meeting Merlot and many others of you. So, thanks for showing me around, spending so much time, being so generous there. And I can see there are 986 people online. Now, what's remarkable about the Southwest nest is it's very photogenic, which means photographers just love going there. I know Desiree goes over long distances to get a good shot there. And later, I think we might even see 1 or 2 photographs from her. So let me just see a comment here from Gentleman Ghost. Looking at this picture, I was wondering if all eagles and birds of prey have the same beak form. Is the size the only difference? Let me see what the question, if all eagles and birds, no, they don't have all the same. Hawks have completely different beaks to falcons and so on. Now, again, I'm not a specialist. As far as eagles are concerned, you can sex eagles by looking at the size of the beak, and I actually did a session on that. I remember Dahlia, I think that was from the Southwest nest, and please correct me there, had an incredibly distinct, it's a female, a very large beak that they recognized again a few years later as a sub-adult. So that was quite remarkable. Okay. So here we are at the nest. So this is the Southwest nest, and they have all these different cameras, which is nice. So you scroll down, and you can see you have all the fast facts here, and there's one of the cameras live now, and you can see the chat is going live at the moment. So if I scroll back again, oops, that's too far. 1 second. You have the second camera, which is of course on the up. Oh, here we have someone calling in. That's marvelous. Hang on. Let me just say. Hello? Oops, that didn't work. Try again, please. Just call in again. Just try and call in again if it didn't work. I'm very happy to have you here. Okay. So just try again. Thanks for trying to call in. So that is the camera that is far away. And then they have this magnificent 360 camera, which I'm just going to launch for you, just to give you a quick view so you can see the road live there, and I can scroll backwards and forwards and turn it very slowly all the way in 360. So quite marvelous actually, because you get an all-round view. I think there's a bit of tree blocking it here, but you can scroll all the way endlessly from left to right and backwards again. So very nice camera, by the way, here. Okay, so do call in again. Sometimes it doesn't work straight away. My system is a little bit, picky, and, we can get back there. Okay, so there is the Pritchett live picture again. So what I need now is I need some comments from you because something went on at the southwest nest and I couldn't catch that. So if there's anybody who could kindly comment on that, please let me know, okay? Apparently there was also a bit of a fight here, and I don't quite know what it was about. Okay, so I'm just going to wait. So Suzanne says she really enjoys the 360 camera. Yeah, that is absolutely great, isn't it? Hi, Amanda's also there. Dolly Queen and so on. So is there anybody who can put in a comment here for me? Maybe Nichole knows. Nichole knows so many things about the nest. Just give me a comment or dial in and just explain what's going on. Oh, here's someone. Let's hope this works. Hello?
Hello.
Oh, hello. With whom am I speaking?
This was Donnell Danish. I had asked you the phone number, and I wanted to talk to you about an eagle nest I watch in Central Florida. I'm an eagle watcher for Audubon, and I watch a nest in Central Florida. And last season, the last season that they had a clutch and they fletched and everything, at the end of the season, the nest fell apart and it disintegrated. It just fell.
Right.
And from so much use. And the season following, they came back early and they started rebuilding the nest. And they got pretty much almost all the way through it, and the hurricane came through.
Right.
And it destroyed it a little bit, and so they started back, fresh again. And what I'm concerned about is what happened was the nest is in a cemetery, and the trees that were there when the hurricane came through.
Right.
And the trees, there was like about six to eight trees that collapsed in the cemetery.
Right.
And when it happened, it was just before eagle nesting season, and the cleanup that had to go on there because trees fell on grave stones, and so they had to clean it up. And during that time, it was when the eagles were to be laying their eggs. And so I think that scared them off, and they never laid any eggs. They never had a successful season at all. It was a total fail. And now this season, the cemetery's all cleaned up, and now there's 2 eagles that are there, and they haven't laid any eggs yet. And I'm just, when I go there, I don't get out of my car. I stay in my car because
Right.
They seem kind of scared of people, and so I stay in my car when I go there and, try to. They haven't laid any eggs yet, and I'm just wondering, I'm hoping that, I don't know if there's a new eagle, because during that time where they were scared off, just before that, there was 3 eagles seen, like, a few times, flying into the nest, and they were all 3 kind of working on the nest. And,
Right.
And all of a sudden, it seemed like there was there was only 2.
Right.
There was only 2.
Mm-hmm.
And then it seemed like a whole new other adult with the old female,
Okay.
And like they were trying to replace, like he was trying to find a new mate for her or something. I don't know if that's possible, but I don't get what's happening. But the one that I started seeing that was new had a dirty head. It looked like it was a very young male. And
Right.
but this year I don't see the dirty in his head. He looks mature, and I'm hoping this season they have some, have a family there. Hoping to see a family there.
Do you know how? Do you know? I mean, this nest has obviously been through a very rough time. I mean, it's clear from your description, and now it seems to be having a rough time because it has to be clear who owns the nest, right? So do you know how old that nest is approximately?
It has to be at least 15 years old.
Okay, so it's a very old nest, right? Okay.
Yeah, so it's an old nest, and also too, a few years back, there was the mother, and it's a kind of a new mother.
Yes.
The mother and one of her young was electrocuted.
Right.
And they died.
Right.
And so it was kind of a new mother in the first place, but the male was the old male. But now I don't think it's the old male anymore. I think it's a new male. And it's just a lot of things going on there that I hope they get it straightened out.
Right. Yeah. Right. Well, there's as I understand, obviously there's no Eagle cam there. Do you know if there are any ground observers on that nest?
Yes, there is, and
Okay.
there's a house that is. She can look out her window and see the nest. Now, I don't talk to her that much because she's elder, and she doesn't come out of her house very much. But she's also an eagle watcher, but she's older, and she probably is not really involved, but I know she watches them. And but we've been both watching them and waiting and hoping, and I just hope that we see some incubation going on pretty soon. I don't go there in the morning, so I don't know if they're not working on the nest very much or not, but when I go there in the evenings, I don't see them very much in the nest tree, but they are in a tree in the cemetery usually.
Well, thanks so much for dialing in and sharing that with you. I mean, we know that that Florida's been through horrific hurricanes and very difficult seasons. I know that from Gretchen, I know that from the Southwest and so on. So it's clear. So thanks so much for sharing that with us.
Thank you for listening. I just had to get that out. I just wanted to talk to somebody about
That's
it.
perfect. I'm the Dr. Phil of the Eagles.
Yeah, exactly.
Okay.
Thank you.
Okay, you're welcome. Okay, thanks, fine. Bye.
Bye-bye.
Okay, so any other comments? That was interesting. Okay, here we go. So we have some more people. Hello? Hello? Oh, didn't. Hello?
Hello.
Yes, hello. Who is it, please?
This is Sheila Walker. I'm watching you online as well.
You are. Hi, Sheila. How are you?
Hi. I'm great. How are you? What a pleasure to meet you and be on that chat line. How wonderful is that?
Very fine. So where are you calling from, Sheila?
I am calling from St. Petersburg Beach.
Oh, my goodness. St. Petersburg nest. Yes, it's funny. I think Rebecca was just remarking on that nest. Huh, Rebecca?
Yeah, do you know what's special about St. Petersburg and eagle nests?
What?
It's actually has the Guinness World Record for the largest nest, and it was by eagles back in 19...
It's in St. Petersburg?
I don't know if it's there anymore, so I was going to ask maybe if somebody from St. Petersburg knew, but in 1963 is when it was measured, and it weighed over 2 tons.
Over 2 tons. Oh, my goodness.
Oh my goodness.
So-
Like a Volkswagen.
Yeah. Yeah, I think more than that. More than that. Oh,
Huge.
that's huge. So there's a congratulations from St. Petersburg. Now you know something amazing about the world record in your place.
I wish it was there. I would have been there. I don't think it's there anymore, or I would have known because I'm an avid eagle watcher. I just wanted to say, are you going to put me on, or are you going to leave me just talking to you? I don't care.
You are live.
Oh, I'm live. Oh, hi, everybody.
You are, that's, beware. You are as live can be.
That's Decorah North, when the baby, see the babies, I almost did it again.
Right.
When the eaglets, got killed by the gnats. And I just, I don't watch that nest anymore. I'm afraid it'll happen again. And then, of course, Decorah's dad got missing.
Yes.
So I stopped. But
Yes.
I'm really glad I went back because that was a gardening angel. But what I really want to talk about is the Southwest, the Pritchett Eagle.
Go ahead. That's the picture we're looking at the moment. We're looking at the live feed. I don't know who this is, by the way. Whether this is Harriet or.
I don't know. Everybody says they know. I don't understand how they know. I can only tell if they're facing, like, if I can see them from behind. Because the males have the sharper shoulders, like they have on shoulder pads, and the females are a little more rounded and bigger. I can't tell when they're laying like that. But anyway,
Okay.
Pritchett, of course,
Go ahead.
they're fantastic. But their chat room is very cliquey. A lot of the same people come on, and when new people come on, they get insulted by asking a simple question like, are they dead? When they see the brand new baby, eaglets, they want to know, are they dead? And they look dead sometimes. And
Right.
that's a normal question. So I say every single time you answer a question, you save an eagle's wife. From DDT to today.
Okay.
You're saving eagles' lives with intelligent answers. Answer them nicely. Don't make them feel like idiots.
Right. By the way, we're looking at Harriet now. I'm just looking at the
is that
chat.
Harriet?
That's Harriet. Yes. Yes.
Yeah, I see her. What a good girl. She's fantastic. But, if people would just learn to just be kind. And I go to all the Eagle sites now, and there's mods, there's everything. And they answer your questions correctly. But that Pritchett one is, there are people on there 24 hours a day if they could be. And they're very mean to new people.
Well, they shouldn't. They shouldn't be. We all have to be respectful. I completely agree. And that's mutual respect is all the that's my philosophy. That's also why I'm online.
Education.
And but
This is all,
yeah, that's what it's about. But
it's about education.
But I'm sure the moderators of Southwest are doing a great job there.
They're great if they're on there, but obviously they're not on enough because, I go off on them a little bit and tell them, that was rude and everything. But, one more thing and then I'll let you all go. It took me a while. It took me 2 years and I even just did it, to call them babies. If we think that they think, because they don't think, then our hearts are breaking when something devastating happens. They're not babies. They're eaglets.
Right.
And they're eagles. And they are instinctual.
Yes.
And they know food. And they know territory. And they know their nest. And they know how to survive. They are not thinking, oh, shit, it's cold out. Sorry, guys.
No.
They're not thinking. They don't think. But a lot of people think they think. And then they either run away or don't get their questions. Answer their questions. Let them know these are instinctive birds. They just a pure instinct.
Right.
And, I always say, God put them up high in the tree, high up in the tree, so we can't see them. We're not really meant to see them, but technology allows us to see them, and it
You're right.
It can be brutal.
It can be brutal.
Like Juliet, just got her little tail feathers whipped, but I don't know what the other bird looks like, so I'm not saying anything. But they're eagles. They're supposed to fight. They're supposed to eat. But a lot of people think, and they even on the chat rooms, they call them babies. Don't call them babies. They're not babies. Because if you call them babies, then you're not going to really appreciate the eagle. The eagle is phenomenal. Phenomenal.
Those are very strong and wise words. I agree with you. Very nice. Thank you. Okay.
But if we could just let everybody know, encourage people to not think of them as children and babies, because we do that.
Yes.
Even I slipped a couple times and said baby.
Yeah, but David Hancock had a very interesting view on this. You're right. I learned so much from David Hancock because He's not only wise, but he's got decades of experience. But he said there's also the good side of getting attached to eagles, because we care about nature. It's just the way we are. Of course, these are not pets. We completely agree. But there's, our heart goes out. I can understand the people from Northeast Florida completely. They watch these eagles for years and they get so attached for them, and it breaks their hearts. Of course it does. So, it's just the way things are. There you go. So,
I cried
okay.
3 weeks with the North Dakota eaglets.
Right.
And then I had to stop. I mean, that was ridiculous. But they're so cute and cuddly, but they'll eat your yogi.
Okay. Well, thanks anyway for dialing in. I got a lot of other questions now that I have to address. So,
Okay. And thank you so much. I enjoy you two both. You're fantastic people.
well, thank you so much for. Okay, great.
Okay, darling.
Okay, thanks. Bye. Okay, those were some really strong and humorous and great words. So we have another coming call here. So 1 second. Hello. Oh, it's going to come. It'll come in a second. It probably does. Sometimes it takes a bit of time. Let's try. Hello. Oh, that did.
Hi.
Oh, hi. Who is that, please?
This is Diana Lamberton.
Oh, Diana, I've seen you.
Before.
Yes, I did, and I remember. And I also saw you now on the live chat. Welcome. Where are you?
Hi.
Where are you located? I don't remember that.
I'm in Connecticut.
Oh, Connecticut. Okay, so what is drawing you to these two wonderful nests here?
Okay, I have a couple of questions. I have one for, I guess it will be Southwest Florida, about the effect of the red tide. Do you think that there will be effect on the eagles, or probably more, I would think, on the osprey, about their hunting habits?
About the hunting, I'm sorry, what was the question? I didn't quite understand that.
The red tide that's sitting in Florida.
Oh, I don't know the answer. I don't know. I would have to address that right back to our Florida experts. I will watch the chat, and I'll address the question right to the chat. Okay, so next question, please. Go on.
Okay, my next question goes back to the Northeast Florida next. About the Romeo and Juliet and the 2-hour delay in their eggs.
Yes.
Being uncovered.
Yes.
But I've seen Del Howell go all night without eggs being covered. But my question is, do you think that would affect the time that the eggs would be hatched? I mean, would it be a delay? Maybe it would take 37 days as opposed to 36 days?
I don't, honestly, I don't know the answer to that. It's a great question. We have a lot of statistics, by the way. The best statistics of all nests is from Judy Barrows, Judy B. She's got the website. What we need to do in order to answer that question is actually look at the statistics. I love statistics, as you probably know, because I love science. So I don't know what the answer to that is, because it's temperature dependent, environment dependent. It's dependent on many different factors. And I don't know if we have enough data to really answer that.
But the embryos are pretty far along by now, right?
Yes.
They're like
Yes, and hopefully the delay was so minor that it wouldn't have any impact. I mean, this is just, we had one comment here actually that said, as long as they don't go below the critical temperature, everything is fine. Their growth goes on, and I presume that will be the way. But this is an assumption. I don't know the fact here. Okay.
And the last question: do you plan on visiting the nest this year? It was great last.
Are you going to put a gun on me? I'd love to come down. I don't know 100% because I may be going to see the Stellar sea eagle in northern Japan. It's a 50-50% chance. If I go to northern Japan, I won't go to Florida. If I don't go there, I will come to Florida. Does that answer the question?
Okay. And
Okay.
maybe you can come visit. Maybe you can come visit the DC nest.
Oh yeah, the DC nest
later
is.
in the year.
Yeah, actually the DC nest is later, and that it would be great to visit. It would. Thank you. Okay, but I'm hoping people won't come with so many questions, but more with answers, because we need more answers than questions.
I know I should ask. I should have waited until Hitchcock was there or something.
Yeah, because I'm not. I mean, you have to address Lady Hawk and many others who know a lot more. And
You can ask the mods. I will have them look at that.
yes,
Google, like
and
this.
and so I'm not going to answer things I don't know. I'm very careful of that.
Sorry.
No, that's okay. And you can ask the question. I just pass the questions on. Okay.
All right.
Okay.
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 Thank you.
Okay. Thank you. Okay. Take care. Thanks. Fine. Bye. Okay, well, we had some interesting questions coming in. I saw one coming in from Periscope. There was some question here from Tom Vane 1. Sorry about a bit of delay, but the question was, do eagles have night vision? Now, vision and so on is a topic, because my PhD was in optics, interests me very much. So I would like to at least attempt to answer that question. They don't. If you mean with night vision the same as infrared cameras have, the answer would be absolutely no. We know that because they never directly look into the camera. Having said that, they do see at night, and of course their vision in general is a lot better than ours. It is very difficult to say whether it is 3 or 5 times better than ours, because the structure of the eagle eye is completely different to the human eye. So comparisons are not just to look at whatever the diffraction limit of the eye are or other things. You have to look at many other details too. But I think that's worth for another, another educational scope only on the vision of the eagle. Having said that, talking about certain owls, we have noticed that certain owls actually look directly into the camera, and it seems to be that they can actually see with the near infrared from certain security cameras. I don't have much proof of it yet, but with certain owls, I think that is the case. So thank you for the question. Okay. Any other, Rebecca, you want to read out something?
Yeah, I'm just looking through some of our questions here. Tina says, she's saying that you should come to Australia to visit the white-bellied sea eagles.
Oh, Tina, I completely agree with you. So you are in Perth. So the white-bellied sea eagle is probably very much along the coastal line. That's a great comment. I have seen, I don't remember what type of eagle it was, but where I went to Coonabarabran and Warrumbungle National Park, I've seen some eagles. I don't remember again if that is the, if that is the eagle that you are referring to. I just have to look back at your comments. But anyway, I would love to do more broadcasting from the eagles in Australia. It's absolutely magnificent. So thanks for that. Okay, another nest with drama. So what I still haven't got an answer to, by the way, thank you so much for kind donations from let me just go scroll up. Terry Green and Osprey Mama, thank you very much for your kind donations. Really appreciate it. It keeps us alive. And it's and also from Sherry. Yes, thank you, Sherry M, and thanks for being here yesterday. I had lunch with Sherry M. It was very nice. We went to a beautiful restaurant. So thanks for all the donations, the 3 of you. Very nice. Great. Okay. So we still haven't got an answer yet what the drama was at the Southwest. The white-bellied sea eagle, that's right, that's what it was, the white-bellied sea eagle in Australia, right? So I think the hatch, they were asking something about the hatch time. Now, of course, the moderators of the chat are much better, but from Gretchen, I know it was the 20th and 21st of December, and as far as I saw from the, let me just go back, let's just go back here and go live. No, it wasn't this one here. Let me jump back to the camera. There was a note here that I saw about the hatch. So what they're expecting is egg number 1 in 7 days. So today is the 14th, right? It's the 14th today. 14 plus 7 gives 21. So that's on the 21st. So that's just almost coincidental with the Northeast Florida nest. And then second one is Christmas Day again. So that's, well, at least for the Germans, 10 days at 24th. So that's wonderful too. And I'm seeing some live comments here also going on at the Southwest Florida Eagle Cam. So a lot of questions coming in all the time. So live at the moment are 964 people. Well, if there's nobody else dialing in at the moment, we will go on. We've spent quite a lot of time on it already, so that's 50 minutes. What I'd like to go on now is I'll...
Sounds like there wasn't any drama.
There wasn't. Oh, thank you,
no
thank you. Thanks, Rebecca. So there was no drama there. Hang on, there was no drama. I'm just going to put the background again of these. We have some pictures from the Southwest. Actually, thanks. We do have some nice pictures from Nichole, so I don't want to forget those. So I'm just going to get us out of the way again. So 1 second. So here, enjoy some pictures. That is Desiree typical signature here. That was Harriet heading for the pond. So I'm just going to run through that M15 and Harriet pictures. Another beautiful picture here from Desiree. So we're just going to enjoy them. And then we'll come to the second part. Our favorite couple. Yes, they are. Oh, and that's this beautiful lake they have. And there's obviously a lot of bathing going on there. The two eggs taking a close-up, and that's very recent. Those are recent pictures here. Harriet and M15, very clear next to each other at night. And again, the two eggs visible there. Beautiful. M15 vocalizing, and that's from the other camera, of course, looking at them right next to each other. And there, I'll let it run once more through. She's a great photographer, isn't she, Jackie Porter? Absolutely, I agree. Absolutely. Hi, Buddy Scott. Very nice to see you too. Got excited. Oh my goodness. It's wonderful that you have got this exciting time now in Florida. Great. Okay. So what I will do now is I'm going to bring us back alive on the screen for a second. And Rebecca, I think what we're going to do now is we're going to go to the second part. Let me just put this one time. Let me get this on the background if I can get there we have the correct background. So I'm going to disappear out of the sides completely. I'm going to give the microphone to Rebecca, and I will only say something very occasionally. So this is all up to our wonderful Rebecca.
All right,
okay,
I'm
go on the
gonna
center,
give it a shot.
I'll disappear. I'm going to disappear out of the picture. Okay.
So this is our kind of myth or fact section. So I'm gonna give you guys some video, some information, and I want you guys to tell me if you think it's myth or fact. So our first information here is a video this one's from 2013, but it's got over 500,000 views, and I want you guys to watch it and tell me what you guys think about it. And let us know if you've seen this video before.
This is a story of an eagle. An eagle has the longest lifespan of its species. It can live up to 70 years. But to reach this age, however, the eagle must make some tough decisions. In its 40th year, its long, flexible talons can no longer grab prey, which serve as food. Its long, sharp beak begins to bend. Its old, aged, and heavy wings, due to their thick feathers, stick to their chest.
All right, we're getting some feedback from you guys.
Then the eagle is left with only two options: die or go through the painful process of change. The process requires that the eagle fly to a mountaintop and sit on its nest. There, it knocks its beak against a rock until it plucks it out.
All right, we can stop the video. I'm glad that everybody has realized that this is a fake video. But it's just surprising that it's got so many views, over 500,000. And at the end of the video, it does kind of mention the metaphor of, you have to break down before you can rebuild. So maybe that's what the author was going for, but it's just a completely ridiculous myth. Eagles, I think the oldest eagle on record only lived to 38, and it obviously would not be able to live without its bill or its talons for the 5 months that it would take to regrow them. So, yeah, what a crack. And I saw Jen had seen this before. I think a lot of people had seen this before. So I had never seen this before this week. I just started looking up myths, and this is one of the first ones I found. So, awesome. So our next video, I want you guys to tell me if you think this is myth or truth. And if you think it's a myth, I want you to tell me what you think is the myth about it.
Oh shit! Hey, on t'en fait, tu correct?
Oh ouais, mais là, c'est pour ça.
Oh, ça va? Oh non! Hey, you là, you là.
And now in slow motion. Alright, that's probably good there. Alright, so let's see what you guys say. Myth, myth, false. Okay, so we got Jerry says the oldest known bald eagle was almost 50 years old. That's interesting. Myth, photoshopped, made for a film project. Somebody's seen this one before. So you guys are right. This was false. And I see both. There's two things false about it, and you guys got both of them. So the first one is, obviously an eagle can't carry a toddler away. Their maximum lifting power is probably between 1.5 and 5 pounds, depending on if it's diving or if it's just kind of landing and picking something up. It was a golden eagle in the video, not a bald eagle, but it's for the sake of what we're talking about. And then the second one, I can't see, Jersemy says that wasn't an eagle sound. So even Christian missed this one when I showed it to him. They played the sound of a red-tailed hawk, which is a common myth that is in a lot of movies and TV shows. So a lot of times in TV shows, instead of using the eagle sound, which you guys have probably all heard before, but here's the red-tailed hawk sound. We'll just restart it here. I think you just gotta start at the beginning. So there's the red-tailed hawk sound that they played. It sounds really fierce and just a lot more powerful than the eagle sound, which Christian will play here. Still a beautiful sound, but it doesn't sound as powerful. And even the BBC is guilty of this. I was watching Planet Earth once. They played the red-tailed hawk noise for the eagle, and now I don't believe anything that David Attenborough tells me because it just completely shot my faith in it. But there is some kind of background to why this hoax video is on the internet. So there's a few reasons. There are some kind of First Nations stories about children that got carried away by eagles, and they weren't used as food, but it was more of they were taken away and they were granted special powers. But the second thing that I found that was really interesting to me was this eagle called the Haast's eagle. And this was an eagle in New Zealand. And I was going to ask you guys if you would know what the background in this was, but it just flew out of my mouth already. So this is the Haast's eagle. It went extinct about 500 years ago. And this eagle was had about the same wingspan as a bald eagle, between 2 and 3 meters, but it weighed about 30 pounds. And this picture is, I think, from Germany or Switzerland. Somebody recreated a model of the actual size of the eagle. So this is the size of the eagle that used to be in New Zealand, and it used to attack prey that was like a 12-foot tall deer type animal called the moa. And then, yeah, this went extinct, and it's not around to take away children anymore. But it probably could have when it was here on the planet. Yeah, HAAST, Haast. And I can post a link to a video of that one, too. And then I think I had one more myth for these guys?
Yeah, maybe.
Let me just check my notes. Make sure I didn't forget something. Sorry, guys. Oh, no, I think that was all of them.
No, we had this side here.
Oh, yeah. So this was something else that I found today. It's a Facebook page called Wildlife Biologists. They posted a different image, but it was related to this one. And this is from eBird. So if you guys haven't used eBird before, it's basically somewhere where you can go and you can make your own checklists and you can enter your own data. So if you go out birding and you see birds, you can enter it online. And then they use this all to make different data sets up. So in the map here, this is showing the abundance of eagles by week of the year. So right now we're in we're in March, April, May, and as it goes through the year, you can see the purples are where the hot spots are for the eagles. So in the winter time about now, we see a lot of them on the coast over where the salmon are and where they're going to feed on the salmon. And then we were looking at this and it was a little bit confusing. It's a bit easier when you can look at it a bit slower and you can pause it and look into it more. But we thought maybe we would talk to David Hancock about it and get him to show it a little bit. But there's all different species. So if you want to go to eBird and look that up, I can post that link as well, which is pretty cool.
Yeah, well, that's very, very interesting. So I think Rebecca's done some great work here for her first show, really. And thanks for bringing so many interesting things. I'm really delighted to have Rebecca here because that's exactly what I was looking for. Someone who brings these interesting facts. And that's not the only thing she's done. She's got something to say also about a book she's been reading. She loves reading. So go ahead. So I'm going to get out again.
You can stay.
Okay, I can stay.
It's your show.
No, you go.
So, especially lately, I'm kind of in between work. I'm waiting for the snow on the mountain. I also work as a snowshoe guide. So this is a book I picked up from the thrift store. I get a lot of books really cheap from the thrift store because I'm too cheap to buy new books. But this is The Endangered Species Road Trip. Oh, the green screen is kind of messing it up.
That's funny.
But this is by a local wildlife biologist called Cameron McDonald. So he actually teaches at one of the universities around Vancouver. He's originally from Ontario. And at the beginning of the book, he talks about how in his first year environmentalism class that he teaches, he would introduce a bunch of invasive species at risk with photos. And one of his students just kept putting up their hand and being like, did you see that animal? Where did you see that animal? Did you take that picture? And he kept having to say no, he had never seen those species before. So he decided to go on a road trip across North America. He made a list of different endangered species he wanted to see. And the funny part about the book is that he planned to do this road trip before he was married. But now he has a wife and a 2-year-old and a 9-month-old and a dog that he has to take on this road trip with him. So it's really funny. It's also pretty positive because as like a young environmentalist, it's really easy to get pessimistic about the state of the environment and conservation. But as he goes through and he finds some of these endangered species and he talks about the habitat and how the protection laws have gotten a lot better, it's just kind of a little bit inspiring, and it helps you realize that there are good people out there working on it and there are still these species around. So yeah, if you find this.
And David Suzuki also features there, right? That's what you said.
Somebody on the back kind of related it to David Suzuki.
Okay.
I won't read that part,
Okay.
but I will read a little piece out of it.
Great, thanks.
That kind of shows the humor in it. We are parked in a pullout about 5 miles south of Big Sur when both kids wake up screaming. It is dinner time. We need food and shelter. We need our campsite. But I am also tracking a distant speck with my binoculars. That might not be a turkey vulture. It's too big, I think to myself. It's too flat. Then, just as the screaming emanating from the backseat reaches a new high point for the trip, the bird turns back south and I get a good look at the silhouette. "Condor!" I shout. "Condor!" I struggle to get a better look with the spotting scope, but by the time I line up the scope, the bird has disappeared behind the rocky headland. I want to drive back south in pursuit of this bird, but the van is practically vibrating. Even 80, the dog, is howling. Swearing under my breath, I pack up the spotting scope and climb into the driver's seat. "Did you get a good look?" Brianna asks. That's his wife, waving a dirty diaper in my general direction. "Tomorrow," I say. "We'll get a good look tomorrow."
Oh, that's wonderful. Absolutely wonderful. Really.
Yeah, so I've been reading a lot lately, and if you guys enjoy this, I'm going to do a short book review each week, and yeah. Let us know if you read some good books.
I think it's marvelous. I'm 99.9% sure that the viewers here love to have a type of book club and we'll have the Rebecca weekly book review. So I think that's great. Thanks, Rebecca. Wonderful. Good. Well, any other questions on that? So I think, you know what, we got more than an hour, and I think we had a beautiful show. I'm still looking at all the comments. I don't know, is there anything coming in from, I don't know, let me just look. Nicole and Janny have putting in, and Suzanne have been putting a lot of other comments in here. So I'm just trying to see. When there's a quick one from Estella here. When are you expecting the first hatch? We said that was around the 21st on both nests, right? And the one was around Christmas, so that was already answered. I heard M15 ran off with an adult. I misread that. That was Maywood who said that. Yes, that was going twice. So sorry if I missed some of these. What nest was the caller referring to? So the first caller was referring to a nest in that was affected by the storm somewhere in Florida, and the second one was St. Petersburg, right? Any other ones? Tina, yes, you should come and visit. Yes, we've had that. And I think Lady Hawk says there were no dramas. Okay, so I missed that. That was a misinterpretation. Good that there were no dramas, because I remember last year and so on, we did have dramas there. So that's great. Incredible. So wonderful. So now, next, I'm going to Brazil, by the way, on the 20th. So just when the whole drama starts here, I'll be on my way to Brazil, because my wife is Brazilian, Rosanna. Some of you, or many of you, have met her. So we're going to see the family there and stay in Brazil till the beginning of January. If I do manage in any way, it'll be a spontaneous broadcast from Brazil. If I can manage that, I will do that. But it won't be an event, because it's very difficult to plan things like that in Brazil. You understand that. It's not like having your own studio, right? So anyway, in that sense, if I don't see you, I wish you wonderful hatch, wonderful enjoyment with the eggs that we always have, a very Merry Christmas, and a Happy New Year, and bless your health and your families. Okay, so thanks to everyone, and
thanks to everybody.
yeah, we'll see you next year. So anyway, that's all. I hope you are in the airline reward programs. Yeah, I want to be in the exit seat reward program, which doesn't exist for tall people. I think that's more important. Okay, well, thanks for all the comments. Now I have to see. So I'm first going to say goodbye to, let's first say goodbye to my Facebook friends all. So Merry Christmas to you and thank you. And then I will say goodbye to everyone on YouTube. So thanks for joining and all your wonderful comments, and enjoy the nests, and have fun with all the moderators, and be kind to each other. That's the main message. Be kind to and respectful to each other.